Hello guys, I'm here again. And this time we're going to talk about why I always shoot tethered. So guys, welcome back. Here's another video explainer, and this time I'm going to talk about why I always shoot tethered. Nagsusulat kasi ako ng mga vlogs ko dun sa website www.passionforportraits.com, and under journey doon ko nilalagay lahat ng mga vlogs ko, and yung mga vlogs ko na yun kino-convert ko din yun into a video explainer kasi some of you guys wants to listen and watch the explanation about the blog that I wrote, and then those who wants to read it pwede dun sa The Journey, and those who wants to watch it and listen then dito sa video explainer would be best. Now, ang topic natin is why I always shoot tethered. If you notice, there's this orange na cable dangling dun sa camera tapos nakakonect dun sa laptop. Yun ang tinatawag na tethered shooting. Meaning, nakakonect yung camera mo dun sa laptop mo. And maraming disadvantages yun eh. Una, hindi ka masyadong makagalaw ng malayo from your laptop kasi nakakonect siya eh, yung camera mo to the laptop eh. So, in terms of movement, hindi ka pwedeng lumayo dun sa laptop mo. Tapos minsan nahihila mo pa yung kable. Tapos minsan natitrip pa yung ibang tao dun sa kable. Tapos nakita ko sa video sa YouTube, may nagtrip dun sa kable. Tapos nalaglag yung computer, natumba yung camera. Ang daming disgrasya pwede mangyari when you're shooting tethered. But, with all of those problems, with all of those hassle, bakit naka-tether pa rin ako? Kasi marami siyang advantages, no? Yung ano niya, yung mga disadvantages niya, ano naman, avoidable naman yun. And as long as you make sure everything is safe, which I'll be discussing later. So na-outweigh pa rin yung yung disadvantages compared to the advantages that you're gonna get when you're shooting tethered. So number one, pag naka-tether ka kasi, when you're shooting, syempre nakakabit siya sa laptop mo. Yung laptop mo has a bigger display than that comparing to that really small na LCD screen dun sa likod ng camera mo. Ang laki ng difference in terms of size. So, when you talk about details like stray hair, yung damit hindi naayos, no, may mga wrinkle yung damit or what, or just about any details that's needed to be seen, ma-assess mo, makikita mo from your computer's laptop. No, I mean from your monitor's laptop. So, mas better in terms of assessment kasi mas malaki yung display. Makikita mo kagad lahat ng detalye, no? Another advantage pag naka-tether ka, collaboration. Yung mga kasama mo sa shoot like yung makeup artist, hairstylist, or art director, and if you're shooting commercial, yung client mo and anybody who's gonna be approving the shot can see the results of the shot immediately. Nakikita nila. Sometimes, kinakabit ko pa nga siya to a bigger screen so that everybody can really see. And everybody can assess. Everybody can interrupt and say, oy, teka muna yung damit. Yung hair. Yung makeup. Or si art director would say, I would want to have a different na expression. So, kitang-kita nilang lahat. So, the collaboration part is really good. Compared kung nag-shoot ka, ikaw lang mag-isa. I mean, you have the team, but the team cannot see what you're doing. Hindi nila nakikita yung result ng shots mo. Hindi sila makaka-collaborate. Hindi sila makaka-immediately correct if there's anything that needs to be corrected or some comments from the art director. Hindi nila makikita. Hindi nila magagawa kasi hindi nila nakikita eh. So, that's another advantage when you're shooting tether. Another advantage when you're shooting tether, color accuracy. Tsaka yung exposure. Kasi one of my problems, even if I'm using a top tier na camera, no, mga flagship na, the color accuracy and the contrast and exposure, hindi pa rin accurate nun sa LCD screen sa likod ng camera. Hindi siya reliable. And in fact, yung sa likod ng screen, LCD at saka yung electronic viewfinder, hindi nga sila magkaparehas eh. Yung viewfinder at saka yung LCD screen at the back. So, hindi mo alam kung kanino ka magbe-base ng shot mo. Whereas kung dito sa laptop, mas accurate, especially kung laptop mo, yung monitor niya is calibrated. So, you are really absolutely sure na ito yung lumabas sa shot. No? Kasi calibrated yung monitor mo. Tapos, di ba usually when you take photos, sa computer din naman ang bagsak ng lahat. So, it's better to assess it in the computer na lang directly. So, yun ang magiging advantage ng tether shooting. But you want to make sure, I just want to point out na yung monitor na tinitignan mo, either from your laptop or external na monitor ginagamit mo, it has to be calibrated. Hindi pwede i-connect mo siya sa isang TV, which is hindi siya ganun calibrated. Ang TV kasi is designed for movie and for gaming or what. Dapat yung TV na pinagkakabitan mo, it has to be a monitor. It cannot be a TV kasi yung TV hindi talaga siya designed for color sensitive na mga type of work. So I would suggest to get a proper professional monitor na ikakabit mo sa laptop mo if you wanna assess the color accuracy of the shot. So for me, tether shooting is something that I'm very much attached to my workflow. Hindi very, very rare na nagsushoot ako na hindi naka-tether. But of course, I started working with my camera screen LCD sa likod. Doon ako nag-assess when I started up. And then later on, nung nakita ko na may mga gumagawa nun, tapos sinubukan ko, doon ko na-realize na, grabe din pala yung advantages niya. Although yung sinasabi ko naman disadvantages, na-outweigh niya kasi sobrang daming advantages. And yun, isa, make sure you wanna secure yung cable mo. Pag kinabit mo siya sa laptop mo, dapat siya, either tinitape mo siya doon sa table or may mga nabibili na niyan eh. Kasi baka masira yung port ng laptop mo. So dapat dinidikit ko yun siya sa table eh. Para pag nahila, yung table ang nahihila, hindi yung port. Tapos doon sa camera naman na side, hindi ko din hinahayaan lang na nakakabit siya doon sa camera. Kinakabit ko siya sa cage. Meron kasi akong cage. Doon ko kinakabit yung cable. Tapos doon siya nakalock bago ko siya ikabit sa camera. Para pag nahihila siya, hindi masisira ang port kasi napaka-mahal magpa-repair ng port ng camera eh. Tapos ang tagal pa maayos. Tapos laptop din. So, it's really a problem. You don't want to put directly your cable to the port without any support na hawak sa kanya like the table or yung cage ng camera. So, yeah. So, that's shooting tethered and usually ang ginagamit ko pag naka-tethered ako is yung Capture One. I sometimes use Adobe Lightroom kasi it also works. But often pag naka-tethered ako and I'm shooting portraits, andito ako sa Capture One nakakabit. So, yun. I hope nakashare ako something sa inyo in this video and hope to see you next time and keep on shooting everyone. Goodbye!